Everyone, I am Asma, zoology faculty from Sri NRI Junior College. Today in this video, I am going to explain you about Plasmodium vivax in mosquito phase. Plasmodium vivax in mosquito phase. Plasmodium vivax in mosquito phase. In previous class, we already discussed about the Plasmodium vivax in human phase. Okay? No doubt Plasmodium is a malarial parasite. It causes a disease called malaria. This Plasmodium vivax is a digenetic parasite. Means it completes its life cycle in two hosts. That is, primary host is female Anopheles mosquito and secondary host is man. In man, this Plasmodium undergoes a sexual life cycle. In female Anopheles mosquito, it undergoes sexual life cycle. In female Anopheles mosquito, it undergoes sexual life cycle. Sexual life cycle of the Plasmodium takes place in mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. So sexual life cycle of the Plasmodium takes place in mosquito. Here female Anopheles mosquito, it is a sanguivorous insect. It is a sanguivorous insect, means it is a blood-sucking insect. Okay? Next, here the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax in mosquito was described by Ronald Ross. Hence, this mosquito phase of the Plasmodium is also known as Ross cycle. In recognition of his work, he was awarded with Nobel Prize. Ronald Ross was awarded with Nobel Prize. He described the life cycle of Plasmodium in female Anopheles mosquito. So the life cycle of Plasmodium in female Anopheles mosquito is also known as Ross cycle. In female Anopheles mosquito, Plasmodium undergoes its sexual life cycle. Okay? In previous class, we already discussed the asexual life cycle of Plasmodium in human beings. Okay? Today we are going to discuss about the sexual life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito. It was discovered by Ronald Ross. In recognition of this work, he was awarded with Nobel Prize, and so this cycle was described as Ross cycle. The duration of this cycle is 10 to 24 days. This Ross cycle is completed within 10 to 24 days. Okay? Now we will discuss the sexual life cycle of Plasmodium vivax in mosquito in a detailed manner. Okay? This Plasmodium vivax life cycle is completed in 4 stages. Plasmodium life cycle in mosquito completed in how many stages? 4 stages. These 4 stages are gametogony, fertilization, and formation of Ookinete and Oocyst, and Sporogony. These are the 4 stages which takes place in the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito. Okay? Plasmodium vivax యొక్క లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మస్కిటోలో చదువుదాం ఈరోజు. ఓకే? దీన్ని ఎవరు డిస్కవర్ చేశారు? రోనాల్డ్ రాస్. అతని గౌరవార్థము ఈ మస్కిటో ఫేస్కి ఏమని పేరు వచ్చింది? రాస్ సైకిల్. ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ ప్లాస్మోడియం వైవాక్స్ యొక్క లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఫీమేల్ ఎనాఫిలస్ మస్కిటోలో జరుగుతుంది. ఈ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ని ఏమనొచ్చు, సెక్షువల్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ అని కూడా అంటారన్నమాట. ఈ మస్కిటో ఫేస్లో ప్లాస్మోడియము దాని జీవిత చక్రాన్ని 4 దశలలో 4 స్టేజెస్లో కంప్లీట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎన్ని స్టేజెస్లో కంప్లీట్ చేస్తుంది? 4 స్టేజెస్. అవేంటి? గ్యామిటోగనీ, ఫర్టిలైజేషన్, formation of Ookinete and Oocyst, and Sporogony. So Plasmodium completes its life cycle in how many stages? 4 stages in mosquito. That is gametogony, fertilization, formation of Ookinete and Oocyst, and Sporogony. Okay. Next, what is the infective stage of Plasmodium vivax to mosquito? That is gametocyte stage. Which stage? Gametocyte stage. This gametocyte stage is formed at the end of human phase. At the end of human phase. Okay. This gametocyte further development does not take place in man. Okay. These gametocytes are nothing but sexually differentiated body. Some of the merozoites undergoes repeated erythrocytic cycle, and finally they transformed into sexually differentiated bodies called gametocyte, which this gametocyte formation takes place at the end of human phase of the Plasmodium. Human phase of the Plasmodium. The further development of the gametocyte does not take place in man because pH and temperature is not suitable for further development of gametocyte in man. So this gametocyte further development takes place in primary host, that is female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. When female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of malarial patient, when mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, when female Anopheles mosquito when female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of malarial patient. Malarial patient means already in that man human phase of the malarial parasite is completed. Such persons are called malarial patient. Okay. When female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of malarial patient, what happens? These gametocyte stages enter into the gut of female Anopheles mosquito. Enters into the gut of female Anopheles mosquito, that is crop of the female Anopheles mosquito. So in this way these gametocytes reaches the crop of the female Anopheles mosquito from malarial patient. Whenever this female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of malarial patient, what happens? These gametocyte stages enters into the crop of the female Anopheles mosquito. Along with gametocytes, other stages of the erythrocytic cycle also enters into the crop of mosquito, but other stages are digested in the crop of the female Anopheles mosquito. Only gametocyte stage is survived. Only gametocyte stage is survived. Okay. Now this gametocyte means gamete mother cell. The first stage in the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito is gametogony. What is gametogony? The formation of gametes. The formation of gametes from gametocytes. The formation of gametes from gametocytes. Gametocyte means gamete mother cell. Okay, the formation of gametes from gametocytes is called gametogony. What is gametogony? The formation of gametes from gametocytes is called gametogony. Okay, next here these gametocytes are two types. Gametocytes are two types based on their size. Small sized gametocyte is called microgametocyte. Microgametocyte. It is otherwise called male gametocytes. Small sized gametocyte name antamo microgametocyte. దీన్నే ఏమనొచ్చు మేల్ గ్యామిటోసైట్. ఓకే, సైజులో పెద్దగా ఉండే గ్యామిటోసైట్ని ఏమంటాము మ్యాక్రోగ్యామిటోసైట్. మ్యాక్రోగ్యామిటోసైట్ it is otherwise called female gametocyte. So gametocytes are of how many types? Two types, male gametocyte, female gametocyte. Male gametocyte is small in size, it is otherwise called microgametocyte. And female gametocyte is large in size and it is called macrogametocyte. Okay, now we will discuss the first stage, that is gametogony. What is gametogony? Formation of gametes from gametocytes. Gametocytes నుంచి gametes ఫామ్ అయ్యే ప్రాసెస్ని ఏమంటాము gametogony అని అంటాము. Okay, first we will discuss the formation of male gametes. Formation of male gametes from male gametocyte. This is male gametocyte. This is male gametocyte. This is male gametocyte which is small in size. The nucleus of the male gametocyte now undergoes division and forms 8 daughter nuclei. These 8 daughter nuclei otherwise called pronuclei. So here microgametocyte which is small in size. The nucleus of the microgametocyte undergo division and forms 8 nuclear bits. They are called daughter nuclei or pronuclei. Okay, later cytoplasm also divides. Cytoplasm comes out in the form of 8 flagella like cytoplasmic processes. After nuclear division, what happens? This cytoplasm comes out in the form of 8 flagella like cytoplasmic processes. 8 flagella like cytoplasmic processes. Okay, later what happens? Each flagella like cytoplasmic process, into each flagella like cytoplasmic process, one pronuclei enters. One pronuclei enters into one flagella like cytoplasmic process. Like that, 8 into 8 flagella like cytoplasmic processes, 8 nuclei enter, 8 pronuclei enters and forms male gamete. This is male gamete. Male gamete is motile. Male gamete is motile. Male gamete is motile. It is movable. It moves from one place to the another, and male gamete is motile. Once again listen, this is male gametocyte or microgametocyte. The nucleus of the microgametocyte undergoes division and forms 8 daughter nuclei. They are also called pronuclei. Okay, later the cytoplasm comes out in the form of 8 flagella like cytoplasmic processes. Into each flagella like cytoplasmic process, one pronuclei enter. So 8 male gametes are formed inside the male gametocyte. Now what happens? This male gamete is separated from the male gametocyte. The process of separation of male gametes from male gametocyte, the process of separation of male gamete from male gametocyte is called exflagellation. What is exflagellation? Male gametes separate అవుతాయి దేని నుంచి మేల్ గ్యామిటోసైట్స్ నుంచి. ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ సెపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ అంటే మేల్ గ్యామిటోసైట్స్ నుంచి వేరుపడ్డాన్ని ఏమంటాము? ఎక్స్ఫ్లాజెల్లేషన్ అంటాం. ఇట్లా వేరుపడడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే, సెపరేట్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే మేల్ గ్యామిట్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి. ఈ మేల్ గ్యామిట్స్ ఎట్లా ఉంటాయి? మొటైల్, దే ఆర్ మూవబుల్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ద ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ మేల్ gametes. Okay, next we will discuss about the formation of female gamete. Formation of female gamete. Here female gamete is large in size, no, when compared with the male gamete. Okay, here female gametocyte is large when compared with the male gametocyte. Okay, next this due to its large size, female gametocyte otherwise called macrogametocyte. Macrogametocyte. Okay, during the formation of female gamete from female gametocyte, female gametocyte నుంచి ఫామ్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు న్యూక్లియస్ సైటోప్లాజం ఏమి డివైడ్ అవ్వవు. జస్ట్ ఏమవుతాయంటే కొన్ని చేంజెస్ జరుగుతాయి. దేంట్లో? ఫీమేల్ గ్యామిటోసైట్లో కొన్ని చేంజెస్ మాత్రమే జరుగుతాయి, కొన్ని మార్పులు జరుగుతాయి అన్నమాట. వాటినే ఏమంటాము? మెచ్యురేషన్ అని అంటాం. This female gametocyte in female, during the formation of female gamete, there is no nuclear division, no cytoplasmic division. Certain changes takes place in the female gametocyte. That changes are called maturation. Maturation changes. In maturation changes, what happens? The nucleus which is present at the center moves towards the periphery. Nucleus of the female gametocyte moves towards the periphery. Moves towards the periphery. At this region, cytoplasm forms a funnel-like projection. Projection. That projection is called fertilization cone. Fertilization cone. Here, what happens in maturation changes? This nucleus of the female gametocyte moves towards the periphery. Moves towards the periphery. At that region, what happened? Cytoplasm forms a projection in the form of a cone. This is called fertilization cone. Fertilization cone. Now this female gametocyte is called female gamete. After undergoing maturation changes, female gametocyte is known as female gamete. Female, now this is called female gamete. Just maturation changes means nucleus moves towards the peripheral region. At that region, cytoplasm forms a cone-like projection. This is called fertilization cone. This is called fertilization cone. Okay, with that first step is completed. First step, that is first stage of the life cycle of the Plasmodium is completed. Next, second stage is fertilization. Next stage is fertilization. Oh, no doubt this male gamete is motile. Male gamete is motile and male gamete is motile and small in size, and female gamete is large in size, and it is non-motile and it is stationary. It is stationary and it is non-motile. So this after exflagellation process means the separation of male gamete from male gametocyte is called exflagellation. After separation, after exflagellation, this male gamete performs lashing movements and reaches the fertilization cone of the female gamete, and the nucleus of the male gamete fuses with the nucleus of the female gamete. Cytoplasm of both gametes also fused, and due to which what happens? Fertilization takes place. Next, after fertilization, female gamete with after fertilization what will form? Syncaryon is formed. Okay, due to fertilization, due to the union of nucleus and cytoplasm of the male and female gametes, what happens? Fertilization takes place. Female gamete with due to fertilization syncaryon is formed. Due to fertilization syncaryon is formed. Now this female gamete with syncaryon, female gamete with syncaryon is called zygote. Female gamete with syncaryon is called zygote. Okay, once again I am repeating this process. Male gamete is motile and it performs lashing movements. With its lashing movements, this male gamete reaches and enters into the fertilization cone present on the female gamete, and the cytoplasm and nucleus of both the gametes means male gamete, female gamete, cytoplasm and nucleus fuses with one another, and due to which what happens? Fertilization takes place. Due to fertilization, syncaryon is formed. Syncaryon is formed. Here female gamete with syncaryon is called zygote. Female gamete with syncaryon is called zygote. So due to fertilization, zygote is formed. Okay, this is called zygote. This is called zygote. Here this zygote is inactive and non-motile. Here in Plasmodium, fusion of two dissimilar gametes takes place. Male gamete is small in size and it is motile, but female gamete is large in size and it is non-motile. Here fusion of two dissimilar gametes takes place in the Plasmodium. So this is called anisogamy. This is called anisogamy. This is called anisogamy. What is anisogamy? The fusion of two dissimilar gametes. The fusion of two dissimilar gametes is called anisogamy. The fusion of two dissimilar gametes is called anisogamy. So due to fertilization, finally zygote is formed. Zygote means female gamete with syncaryon. Female gamete with syncaryon is called zygote. Here fusion of two dissimilar gametes in Plasmodium is known as anisogamy. Anisogamy. Okay. Next, now this zygote is inactive and non-motile. This zygote is inactive and non-motile. Zygote is non-motile and non-motile and inactive. It remains inactive for some time. It remains inactive for some time and it is non-motile. It is unable to move. Okay. Later, within 18 to 24 hours, within 18 to 24 hours, this zygote is converted into long, slender, motile, worm-like form. Long, slender, motile, worm-like form. This is called Ookinete or vermicule. Ookinete otherwise called vermicule. Later this zygote is converted into, zygote is transformed into long, slender, motile, worm-like stage. This is called Ookinete or vermicule. Ookinete or vermicule. Okay. Within these changes takes place within 18 to 24 hours. Okay. Now this Ookinete, all these changes takes place in the lumen of the crop of mosquito, lumen of the crop of mosquito. Now this Ookinete penetrates into the basement membrane of the wall of the crop, basement membrane of the wall of the crop. Now this Ookinete penetrates into the wall of the crop, that is the basement membrane of the wall of the crop. And this Ookinete now transform into spherical shape. Now this Ookinete transform into spherical shape. Around this Ookinete, a cyst is formed. A cyst is formed. This is called oocyst. This is called oocyst. Now this Ookinete becomes spherical in shape and it is surrounded by a cyst. This is called oocyst. Inside the oocyst, Ookinete is present, which is spherical shape, which is spherical shape. Here means here formation of Ookinete and formation of oocyst takes place. That is the third stage in the life cycle of Plasmodium. Formation of Ookinete and formation of oocyst. This is the third stage of the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito phase. In mosquito phase. Now what happens? The nucleus which is present in the Ookinete, the nucleus present in the Ookinete now undergoes divisions. First reduction divisions or meiotic divisions according to Bono, scientist name. According to Bono, the nucleus of the oocyst, the nucleus of the oocyst first undergoes reduction division. First undergoes reduction division, that is meiotic division, and later it undergoes repeated binary fissions. Repeated binary fissions. The nucleus of the oocyst undergoes reduction division according to Bono. First, this nucleus undergoes reduction division or meiotic division according to Bono. Later, it undergoes repeated binary fissions. Repeated binary fissions, due to which many nuclear bits are formed. Many nuclear or many daughter nuclei are formed. Later, what happens? After nuclear division, cytoplasm also divides. First nucleus divides. Nucleus undergoes division and later cytoplasm also undergoes division. Due to nuclear division, what happens? Many nuclear bits are formed. First type of nuclear division is reduction division. Later repeated mitotic divisions. 1 minute, sorry. Here mitotic divisions. First, according to Bono, this nucleus of the oocyst first undergoes reduction division or meiotic division. Later, it undergoes repeated mitotic divisions. Repeated mitotic division. So, due to which what happens? Many nuclear bits are formed. Many nuclear bits or many daughter nuclei are formed. Later, nuclear division is followed by cytoplasmic division, means cytoplasm also divides, and cytoplasm also divides and forms many cytoplasmic bits. Later what happens? Each nuclear bit is surrounded by a bit of cytoplasm. Each nuclear bit is surrounded by a bit of cytoplasm and forms many indistinct bodies. Many indistinct bodies. These are called sporoblast. These are called sporoblast. Okay. Now this oocyst with sporoblast is called oocyst with sporoblast. Inside the oocyst, sporoblasts are present. The sporoblasts are indistinct bodies which are formed due to sporogony, which are formed due to sporogony. What is sporogony? This is the fourth stage of the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito phase. Sporogony means formation of sporozoites. Formation of sporozoites is called sporogony. Now this oocyst with sporoblast is named as sporocyst. Now this oocyst with sporoblast is called sporocyst. Means oocyst becomes sporocyst because inside the sporocyst indistinct bodies are formed. They are called sporoblast. They are called sporoblast. Okay. Later this sporoblast transform into sickle shaped structures. This sporoblast later transformed into sickle shaped structures called sporozoites. Sickle shaped structures called sporozoites. Next what happens? This sporocyst burst. Breakdown of the wall of the sporocyst breakdown. Breakdown of the wall of the sporocyst takes place. The wall of the sporocyst burst, due to which sporozoites are released. How many sporozoites? 10,000 sporozoites are released into the hemocoel of mosquito. What is hemocoel? The body cavity of cockroach which is filled with blood. The body cavity of cockroach which is filled with blood is called hemocoel. Okay. From the hemocoel, the sporozoites enters into the salivary glands of the female Anopheles mosquito. How many sporozoites are formed? 10,000 sporozoites are formed. With the formation of sporozoites, what happens? The life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito phase is completed. How it is started? It is started with gametocyte stages, and this cycle ends with formation of sporozoite stages. Okay? These sporozoite stages are infective stages of Plasmodium to man. Plasmodium to man. How these sporozoites enters into man? When infected female Anopheles mosquito or Plasmodium infected female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of healthy man. What happens? These sporozoites enters into the man and starts human phase. Here in the life cycle of Plasmodium, what happens? Alternation of generations takes place. Alternation of generations takes place. No doubt the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito started with gametocyte stage and ends with sporozoite stage. In mosquito, the life cycle of, remember this, all of you remember this, the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito started with gametocyte stage. Started with gametocyte stage. Ends with sporozoite stage. This sporozoite stage is the infective stage of Plasmodium to man. Na? So, in human phase of Plasmodium, how it is started? This how human phase of the mosquito, how human phase of the Plasmodium started. How this human phase of the Plasmodium started? It is started with sporozoite and ends with gametocyte stage. Here Plasmodium vivax in human phase started with sporozoite stage. Started with sporozoite stage and ends with gametocyte stage. So, in the life cycle of entamoeba, in the life cycle of Plasmodium, a phenomenon is observed. It is called alternation of generations. Alternation of generation. In the life cycle of Plasmodium, a phenomenon is observed. That phenomenon is called alternation of generation. That is, life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito started with gametocyte stage, ends with sporozoite stage. The life cycle of Plasmodium vivax in human phase started with sporozoite stage and ends with gametocyte stage. Hence, this phenomenon is called alternation of generations, which takes place in Plasmodium vivax. Okay? Once again, I will repeat this process. This zygote is formed due to fertilization, no? This zygote remains inactive for some time and it is non-motile. It is non-motile. Later, within 18 to 24 hours, what happens? This zygote transforms into long, slender, motile, worm-like stage. This is called Ookinete or vermicule. Ookinete or vermicule. Zygote is transformed into long, slender, motile stage and it is worm-like and it is called vermicule or ookinete. Okay? This ookinete now penetrates into the basement membrane of the wall of the crop and it assumes spherical shape. Now this ookinete assumes spherical shape and it forms a cyst around its body. A cyst is formed around its body. This cyst is called oocyst. This is about the third stage of the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito phase. That is formation of ookinete and formation of oocyst. Okay? Next what happens? The nucleus in the oocyst undergoes divisions. First, what type of division? Reduction division or meiotic division according to Bono. Okay? Next, later repeated by mitotic divisions. Later reduction division is followed by repeated mitotic divisions, due to which what happens? Many nuclear bits or many daughter nuclei are formed. Nuclear division is followed by cytoplasmic division. Cytoplasm also divides into many cytoplasmic bits. Okay? Later, each nuclear bit is surrounded by a bit of cytoplasm and forms many indistinct bodies. Indistinct means not clear. Indistinct bodies called sporoblast. Okay? Now this oocyst with sporoblast is also known as sporocyst. Oocyst with sporoblast. Inside the oocyst, many sporoblast indistinct bodies called sporoblasts are present now. Now this oocyst with sporoblast is called sporocyst. Later this indistinct sporoblast are transformed into sickle shaped structures called sporozoites. Sporozoites are the infective stages of the Plasmodium to man. Okay? Nearly 10,000 sporozoites are formed due to sporogony. Due to sporogony, what happens? Nearly 10,000 sporozoites are formed. Later, what happens? The wall of the sporocyst burst, due to which sporozoites are released in sickle-shaped sporozoites are released into the hemocoel of the mosquito. Hemocoel means the body cavity of the cockroach which is filled with blood. Here why body cavity is filled with blood? Because in cockroach open type of circulatory system is present, no? So here what happens? This sporozoites enters into the hemocoel. From the hemocoel, the sporozoites passed into salivary glands of the mosquito. When this infected female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of healthy man, what happens? These sporozoites are injected into the healthy man. Okay? This is about the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax in mosquito phase. In mosquito, Plasmodium undergoes sexual life cycle. I hope I cleared this topic very clearly. Okay? I have already explained each and every step in a detailed manner. Okay? This mosquito phase is very important LAQ for IP examination. Okay? Look at this diagram. Okay? We already completed the explanation of the Plasmodium vivax in mosquito phase. Already explanation completed. Anyhow, you have to see this diagram now. Okay? Look at this diagram. This is the crop of mosquito. This is microgametocyte. Microgametocyte. This is macrogametocyte. Here the formation of male gametes. Male gametes, during the formation of male gametes, what happens? From the nucleus of the male gametocyte undergoes divisions and form 8 nuclear bits. No? Later, cytoplasm is pushed out in the form of 8 flagella-like cytoplasmic processes. Into each flagella-like cytoplasmic process, one nucleus enters and forms 8 male gametes. Later, these male gametes are separated from the male gametocytes. This process is called exflagellation. During the formation of female gamete, there is no nuclear division, no cytoplasmic division. Just what happens? Certain changes takes place in the female gametocytes. Certain changes takes place in the female gametocyte. This is called maturation. In maturation process, what happened? Nucleus which is located in the center moves towards the periphery. At this point, cytoplasm forms a projection. This is called fertilization cone. Now this female gametocyte is called as female gamete. Okay? Next step is fertilization. During fertilization, what happens? Male gamete is motile, no? It performs lashing movements and reaches towards the fertilization cone of the female gamete. When it enters into the female gamete, what happens? The nucleus and cytoplasm of both the gametes fused and forms synkaryon. Now this female gamete with synkaryon is called zygote. Here is the fertilization. This is gametogony. Next to fertilization, here male gametes moves towards the fertilization cone and fuses with the cytoplasm and nucleus of the female gamete, and this fusion is called anisogamy, due to which synkaryon is formed. This female gamete with synkaryon is called zygote. Okay? Later this zygote remains inactive for some time and it is non-motile. Later, within 18 to 24 hours, what happens? This zygote transform into long, slender, worm-like structure called ookinete. Worm-like structure called ookinete. This is ookinete. This ookinete now penetrates into the basement membrane of the wall of the crop. Okay? Now this ookinete becomes spherical in shape and it is covered by a cyst. Now this is called oocyst. oocyst. Inside this oocyst, what happens? Nucleus undergoes divisions. Nucleus undergoes division. First division is reduction division, later repeated mitotic divisions takes place, due to which many nuclear bits are formed. Okay? Later cytoplasm also divides into many cytoplasmic bits. Each cytoplasmic bit surrounds each nuclear bit and forms many indistinct bodies called sporoblast. Indistinct bodies called sporoblast. Later this sporoblast transform, this process is called sporogony. This sporoblast later transform into sickle shaped structures. Sickle shaped structures. Now they are called as sporozoites. Now this sporoblast, oocyst with sporoblast is known as sporocyst. Sporocyst. Later what happens? The wall of the sporocyst burst. So the sickle shaped sporozoites are released into the hemocoel of mosquito. From the hemocoel they passed into salivary glands of the mosquito. Here the sporoblast are indistinct bodies. Later they transform into sickle shaped structures called sporozoites. Next, here this cyst is called sporocyst. Later what happens? The wall of the sporocyst burst, due to which sporozoites are released into the hemocoel. Okay? Next, from the hemocoel of the mosquito, finally this sporozoites enters into the salivary glands. They are ready to infect the man. When this infected female Anopheles mosquito bites and sucks the blood of healthy man, what happens? This sporozoites enters into the blood circulation of man, and then human phase is started. This is about the sexual life cycle of Plasmodium vivax in mosquito or mosquito phase. It was described by whom? Ross cycle.